Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a deep dive into a song that I think a lot of people are going to find resonates with them. Um, X's by Cigarettes After Sex.
Ooh, very cool. I love this band.
Yeah, and they're known for their dreamy soundscapes, right?
Yeah,
Just the kind of music that's perfect for those late nights when you're just kind of reflecting on life and love.
absolutely. Yeah.
And X's is no exception. In fact, it might be like the epitome of that. And we've got some really great analyses to go off of here. Um, right off the bat, the song just throws you into this world of vivid imagery, right? You get, do it with the lips that you kept when I finally kissed you. When every single light in the hills and the valley went blue, it's like a stolen moment frozen in time, you know?
Yeah. It's so sensual and evocative. Like you can almost taste those lips, feel the electricity of that kiss and the way it transforms the whole city. Like the lights turning blue. It's like their love is painting the world around them.
And it's not just the visual, right? It's the taste, it's the feeling. It's like all the senses are heightened in this moment.
Totally. It's like a synesthetic experience.
Yeah. And then right after that, we get this line, make love as soft as cinnamon. Know when to take and when to give. There's such a fascinating contrast there, isn't there? This balance between tenderness and passion.
Absolutely. It's like they're navigating this delicate dance between desire and gentleness. And it makes you wonder, is this balance something they've already achieved in their relationship? Or is it something they're still striving for?
Right. I like that. It's
Well,
almost like a relationship mantra.
right.
And just when you settle into this sensual rhythm,
Yeah.
the song throws you a curveball with running out of bed in your leopard print to unlock the door. It's such a jarring image. It's so unexpected. And yet it somehow grounds the whole scene.
Totally. It injects this burst of personality, this almost comedic element into this otherwise dreamy sequence. It reminds you that these are real people, you know, with their quirks and their flaws, just being human.
Exactly. And then we hit the chorus. And this is where things get really interesting. We have this beautiful juxtaposition of sleeping on your fingertips, dreaming with a filthy heart. It's like innocence and desire all tangled up in one breath.
Right. And it speaks to the duality of love, doesn't it? The tenderness and the raw passion, how those two seemingly opposite forces can coexist and even complement each other.
And then there's the line that everyone talks about. Deep within a threesome kiss, sweet how the words slip.
Yeah, that's a provocative one.
It is. It's provocative.
Yeah.
But is it meant to be taken literally? Metaphorically? What do you think?
I think it's intentionally ambiguous, to be honest. Like, it invites the listener to bring their own interpretation to it, based on their own experiences. But for me, what really stands out is the intensity of the connection it implies, like this merging, this overflowing of emotions and
Right.
sensations.
And there's that repeated phrase, sweet how the words slip. It speaks volumes about their communication, doesn't it?
It really does. There's this ease, this vulnerability in the way they express themselves to each other. Like, there are no barriers, no need for pretense.
Yeah. Like a complete lack of inhibition.
Yeah, exactly. And when you consider how often communication breakdowns happen in relationships, this effortless flow of words feels incredibly intimate and precious.
Now, in verse 2, things take a slightly cinematic turn. We get this intriguing line, do it with the lips that you kept when I said I was yours. With X's on the prints, they're of Marilyn by Bert Stern. Okay, unpack this Marilyn Monroe reference for me. What's going on here?
So those X's on the prints refer to Bert Stern's famous last sitting photographs of Marilyn Monroe, right? And apparently Monroe herself actually marked her favorite images with X's. Like she was claiming ownership of those specific moments.
Wow, so it's about making a choice,
Yeah.
recognizing the significance of those moments, even though, they're fleeting, like how we choose to remember and cherish certain experiences, even in the face of their impermanence.
Exactly. And by bringing Marilyn Monroe into it, the song adds this whole other layer of complexity. Her image, her story, it's all about beauty and vulnerability, fame and tragedy.
It's like her life was a collection of those X's, moments that burned bright but faded too soon.
And it reinforces that bittersweet awareness, how fleeting these moments can be.
Right. Like those X's could also represent a kiss, a touch, a moment of intense connection.
Yeah.
It's like these marks are imbued with both desire and loss, celebration and melancholy. And then the scene shifts again. We get lit candles, pink and yellow cake. Let's get fucked up and celebrate. There's this celebratory vibe, but with an edge, almost a sense of recklessness. What do you make of that?
It's interesting, right, how the song balances those contrasting energies, the light and the dark, the tender and the raw. It's
Yeah.
not trying to sugarcoat love. It's embracing the messy, unpredictable nature of it.
And those contrasting energies play out in the next lines, too. Rolling out of bed in your tangled hair to put some clothes on. It feels like a transition, a return to the mundane after a night of heightened passion.
It's subtle, but that shift is crucial, wouldn't you say? It's like the song is acknowledging that those intense moments can't last forever.
Right.
They eventually fade into the everyday fabric of life.
It brings to mind that saying, life is what happens between the big moments,
Hmm.
you know? And this song seems to be exploring how those big moments, those X's, inform and enrich even the seemingly ordinary parts of our lives.
Yeah, it's like they're finding the extraordinary within the ordinary.
But I'm curious, with all these layers we've uncovered, what do you think X's is ultimately saying about love and intimacy?
I don't think it's a straightforward love song. You know what I mean? It's more like a meditation on the complexities and the contradictions of love. I think
Yeah.
embracing the full spectrum, the joy, the pain, the passion, the tenderness, you know, all of it. The fleeting moments and the lasting impressions they leave behind.
The imperfections, the tangled hair, the getting fucked up, all of it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It's like the song is saying, this is what real love looks like. You know, embrace the messiness, the beauty, the whole damn thing.
Yeah. And it celebrates that imperfection, wouldn't you say? It doesn't shy away from those darker edges. You know, the awareness that nothing lasts forever
Yeah.
and that transience, that sense of things slipping away that seems to be at the heart of the song.
There's definitely a melancholic beauty to it, an acknowledgement that even the most intense experiences are ultimately fleeting.
Hmm.
But does dwelling on that make those experiences any less meaningful?
I think it has the opposite effect, actually. I think it makes those moments feel even more precious, knowing they won't last forever. It's like you savor them more intensely, you pay attention to the details, the sensations, knowing that they will eventually fade.
That's such a powerful way to look at it. It's like holding on to a beautiful memory, knowing it will eventually shift and change, but the feeling it evokes will remain. And speaking of fleeting moments, we can't talk about X's without diving into the sonic world that cigarettes after sex create. You know what I mean? Their
Yeah.
music. It's just so evocative.
Oh, absolutely. It draws you into this dreamy, almost hypnotic state, you know? And X's is a perfect example of that. The slow tempo, the reverb-drenched vocals, the hazy guitar melodies. It's like you're floating through a world of memories and desires.
It's a sound that invites introspection, wouldn't you say? Perfect for those late nights when you're just kind of lost in thought, replaying moments in your mind, letting the emotions wash over you.
Totally. And what's fascinating to me is how they managed to create this sound that feels both intensely personal and universally relatable at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like you're eavesdropping on a private conversation between two lovers, yet the emotions they're expressing resonate with something deep within you.
It's a beautiful reminder that even though these intense moments of love and connection might be temporary, the impact they have on us can be profound and lasting.
They leave their mark on our souls. You know, they shape who we are, even as time moves forward. And I think that's something worth celebrating, even if it's tinged with a bit of melancholy.
Yeah, it's like each of those X's is like a little time capsule,
Yeah.
holding a piece of ourselves, a piece of that connection.
Mm.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into X's by cigarettes,
Yeah.
after sex, what are some of the key takeaways you hope our listener walks away with?
Well, I think the biggest one is that love isn't always neat and tidy, right? It's messy, it's complex, it's full of contradictions,
Yeah.
and that's okay. In fact, that's what makes it so beautiful.
Embrace the tangled hair,
Yeah.
the late night celebrations, the bittersweet ache of knowing it can't last forever.
Exactly. And remember that those fleeting moments, however brief, can leave a lasting imprint on who we are, you know? They shape our experiences, our understanding of love, and ultimately our connection to the world around us.
Beautifully put. Now, before we let our listener go, I have one final thought to leave them with. We've explored all these different layers of meaning in X's, but what if those X's symbolize something unique for each listener?
Ooh, that's a fascinating idea.
Yeah. What if they represent their own personal experiences of love and loss, their own cherished moments, their own definition of what it means to truly connect with another person?
I love that. It makes the song even more personal, more intimate. It becomes a reflection of the listener's own journey.
Exactly. So the next time you listen to X's, pay attention to those details, those nuances, and let them spark your own reflections on love loss and the enduring power of human connection. Maybe you'll find your own meaning in those enigmatic X's. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep listening, and keep those conversations going.